The protests erupted over the death of Elijah McClain, a young man who died a year ago after police put him in a carotid hold and paramedics injected him with ketamine.
Up with the people!
Fast forward to this June and July, protests led to highways being taken over and shots being fired at a car. Property was destroyed at the Aurora Municipal Center, and Aurora police found themselves stuck inside Precinct 1 for hours as protesters surrounded the building and barricaded doors. 2 of the 6 facing charges in Arapahoe and Adams counties have led a number of protests this summer. Terrence Roberts is a well-known activist. Lillian House is an organizer for the Denver Party for Socialism and Liberation, as are 3 others being charged. PSL's national organization responded in a live stream tonight, calling for a protest at the state capitol on Saturday.
The people are coming together to build a movement to defend these organizers. We are building a mass movement to end this assault and these arrests, and to let people know that we're not going to take this laying down.
Charges for the group include inciting and participating in a riot, obstructing a highway, and even attempted kidnapping, among other charges. That attempting kidnapping charge stems from the July 3rd protest, in which a large group surrounded an Aurora police station and demanded 2 more officers involved in Elijah McClain's death be fired. The Adams County District Attorney's Office alleges those charged with kidnapping, quote, attempted to imprison 18 officers. Joel Northam, another one of the 6 being charged, spoke a number of times to the crowd who blocked entrances to the police station for 7 hours.
The community you claim to serve and protect, and the family whose son your police brutally murdered, demand justice. We will make sure that every single person here tonight does not move from their spot surrounding the precinct until you publicly agree to fire Randy Rodima and Nathan Woodyard.
The demands that night were not met, and police in riot gear came out just before 3 a.m. to move the angry crowd out, ultimately without force. PSL says they'll be fundraising to fight the charges, which they see as purely political.
This attack on the Denver anti-racist movement and the PSL is a part of a concentrated national assault on the Black Lives Matter movement, an attack driven directly from the White House, from governors' mansions, and from local police chiefs and police departments around the country.
In Denver, Ryan Harrer, 9 News.
The other people being charged are Whitney Lucero, Trey Quinn, and John Roosh. Not everybody faces the same charges, but they all face felonies, which means possible jail time. District Attorney Dave Young explained the charges tonight. In his statement, he said, "We support the First Amendment right of people to protest peacefully in our community, but there's a difference between a peaceful protest and a riot. When individuals cross the line and they break the law, they will be prosecuted."